What's going on, everybody? Happy New Testament Tuesday. I'm Pastor Adam. I'm so glad you decided to tune in and check out and see what's going on today. Man, I hope you're having a great week. Hope you've started your week off strong and you're keeping going. You've motivated. You've got it this week. Hey, we're going to continue on in our challenging series of challenges, full of challenge, to help you grow and become a more spiritually matured Christian, because that's the goal. That's what we want to do as we attempt and try our best to serve God with all that we have. So today I've got a question for you. What drives you? When you think about things that you have to do, whether it's your job or maybe your family or a hobby or something that you like doing, what motivates you? What drives you to do those things? Oftentimes, our job is a paycheck, or maybe we really enjoy our job and we get fulfillment out of our job, and we want to do the best we can because maybe people depend on us. There's other things going on. Maybe it's not just the paycheck. Maybe there's again, it's something you love to do. Your hobby, are you doing your hobby because you need a moment to relax? Do you need to just do something? Do you need to get your mind off of your day to day, and this hobby helps you do that? Or what about your family? You enjoy hanging out with your family? Do you enjoy going out and doing different things and going to different events or stuff? What drives you to do those things? It's important when we look at our lives to understand the attitude that we have behind what we do. Check out 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting in verse 16. It says this: Rejoice always, pray continually, and give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Again, here we see Paul giving a pretty big challenge. How many of us, rejoice always? Always is so good. It's always just perfect and amazing, all this stuff. How many of us pray continually? We give thanks in all circumstances. It could be hard to do. A lot of times, I think of as Christians, we really need to check our attitude behind the things that we do. Are we doing the things that the Bible tells us to do out of a obligation, out of we have to do this? Is it a duty obligation? This is my duty as a Christian and I need to do this. Yes, those things may be good, but if it's just our duty behind it, if it's just our obligation for it, then maybe it's not the attitude that we should have. Today, I want to challenge your attitude behind prayer. Prayer is a great thing. We ask a lot of things. We talk to God about a lot of things. We try to sway God's favor in a lot of things by bringing certain requests to his attention, and he hears every single one of them. And he acts on every single one of them. Whether or not we like the way he acts or doesn't act is a different story. But then it goes back to what Paul says here, and be joyful in all circumstances and to rejoice always. What I want to challenge you with today is, what is your attitude behind prayer? I'm not going to challenge you to pray continually, and here's why. If it's our duty to pray continually, we'll set aside a specific amount of time to do our prayer. And once that time's up, well, that's my job, that's my duty, I fulfilled my obligation, and then it's done. And then you wait for the next day, and we go back to doing our duty again. It's good, and yes, we're obligated. Yes, it's our duty as a Christian, but I think that maybe we should change our attitude about it. If you were in a relationship with somebody, whether it was a friend, a significant other, or something else, and you required them always, all right, you have to give me a call at this time, or you always have to text me at this time. If you don't, I'm going to be mad at you. That doesn't sound right, right? That doesn't sound like a good relationship. With God, it's not maybe a duty, it's a relationship, right? So your attitude behind praying, I'm going to challenge you with this. Is it out of duty obligation, or is it out of love for God? If we love God, hey, it's going to be no problem praying to God, praying for this and praying for that. You're going to do it all the time. Why? Because you love God. You love spending time with him. You love talking to him. You love lifting up other people's requests day in and day out. If you really don't like your job, you're going to do a poor job at it, and then maybe you'll quit, or maybe you'll get yourself fired because you don't care about your job. But if you love your job, then you're going to try your best and do your best. If you really love God, you're not going to do it out of dutiful obligation. You're not going to go, man, I've got to pray for X amount of time today. You're not going to do that. Why? Because you love God. I challenge you to pray continually, not out of obligation or duty, but out of love and admiration for God. Pastor Adam, this is New Testament Tuesday. I'll see you again next time.